Good afternoon, I'm Sean Yao, and this is One News Now. Farm output picked up slightly in the third quarter, but recent typhoons are expected to drag year-end production down. The Philippine Statistics Authority said that agricultural production inched up by 1.8% year-on-year from July to September. Despite recent typhoons, palay and corn registered marginal gains, while livestock and poultry production likewise expanded. However, economists say that the third quarter gains will not be enough to offset the contraction in previous quarters. Recent storms will also likely reduce farm output growth in the fourth quarter. And despite the current challenges of the sector, former Agriculture Secretary Manny Piñol says that he sees no problem with President Bongbong Marcos staying on as Agriculture Secretary. Piñol did say, though, that the president needs to strengthen his backup team in the agency. For one, Piñol said that President Marcos could split the workload with DA Undersecretary Domingo Panganiban.
Nakikita ko yung advantage ng presidente at sekretaryo. Basta magaling yung backup team niya.
Okay.
Like say for example, pag ako ang pag presidente at sekretaryo ng DA, yung bang programa niya kukwestiyonin mo? Kung fully backed yung kanyang team sa DA.
The Justice Department believes that suspended Bucor Chief Gerald Bantag is the last link to the Percy Lapid slay case. But the Mabasa family says that missing Bucor Security Officer Ricardo Zulueta could shed more light on the investigation. Marlene Alcaide with the report.
In this CCTV footage inside the Nubilibid prison last September 13, Alvin Labara, commander of the Batang City Jail Gang, was seen entering past 3 p.m. He entered the inner control gate where it is said that he spoke with Bucor Deputy Security Officer Ricardo Zulueta. This is part of the CCTV footage that the NBI is reviewing.
Looking at the CCTV footages, pwede rin natin masabi na without a doubt, tama talaga yung sinasabi ng ating mga PDLs.
An affidavit of one of the prisoners says that they were called by Zulueta to talk about the order to kill broadcaster Percy Lapid. The sworn affidavits of those who confessed to be involved in the crime became the basis for Tuesday's filing of charges against suspended Bucor Chief Gerald Bantag, Zulueta, and 10 other prisoners. The Justice Department is already preparing a whole departure order against Bantag.
I hope they just cooperate kasi flight is an indication of guilt. Pag hindi sila nag-submit sa preliminary investigation, ibig sabihin may tinatago sila. Marami silang sinabi sa media, but hindi nila sabihin sa piskal.
Lapid's brother, Roy Mabasa, pointed out that Zulueta was the missing link. This as no witness said that Bantag directly ordered them to kill Lapid. It is worth noting that Bantag and Zulueta have shared controversial cases in the past. The two were both charged with multiple homicide for the deaths of 10 inmates in a grenade explosion at the Parañaque City Jail in 2016. Both were later acquitted by the courts for lack of evidence. But speaking on 1PH sa Totoo Lang, Mabasa also said that they aren't ruling out a bigger mastermind behind the killing of his brother.
Yung possibility na hindi po natitigil kay Director Bantag yung mastermind. Yung posibilidad na merong iba pang mastermind is so big.
Some are floating the name of former President Rodrigo Duterte, given that he assigned Bantag as Bucor chief back in 2019. The Justice Secretary, however, dismissed the speculations, saying that this must be backed by evidence.
Malayo. Hindi Iba to We're talking about following the money and following the conversations. Wala You're gonna bring it to that level. Politika na yan.
For News 5, Marlene Alcaide, we are One News.
And thousands of examinees trooped to different testing centers nationwide for this year's bar exams. Justine Punsalang with the story.
Over 9,000 examinees braved through the 2022 bar exams today. Over in San Pedro University, cheers greeted bar takers this morning. Some of them brought snacks to help them power through the exams.
Chocolates. Kailangan ng chocolates kasi di nakatulog, baka antukin, saka para active yung mind natin.
Many of them are also second-time takers, just like Jessica, who took the exam in 2018. This time, she is optimistic since laptops will be used instead of handwriting.
Advantage and disadvantage, no? Kasi yung advantage niya dahil yung penmanship mo medyo, so dahil naka-laptop. Pero disadvantage is, sana yung mga technical problems na ma-encounter natin.
Out of the 600 examinees in San Beda, only 579 took the exam. Bar takers in De La Salle University also flocked to the school early today. Some admit being nervous in taking the digital exams.
Kinakabahan, na na-excite, and siyempre gusto ko din siya matapos.
Excited and then at the same time anxiety. And also, syempre, this is the first time that I'll be taking it yung online. So, I'm really not into computer. Mahirap. I failed the bar exam. Ayoko na sabihin kung ilan, pero I have to take this just to be able to show my kids na hindi ako nag-give up. I really want to try to pass this one.
As early as 2 a.m. today, the southbound lane of Taft Avenue centers. Festivities will be allowed after the exams have wrapped up. In Ateneo de Manila University, which has the largest number of examinees, strict security measures are imposed. Even without road closures, the city government of Quezon City expects heavy traffic around Ateneo because of the exams. The 2022 bar exams will continue on November 13, 16, and 20. For News 5, Justine Punsalang. We are One News.
We're gonna pause for a quick break, but we will be back with more stories after that. Keep it here on One News. watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. In the NCAA, the game between Jose Rizal University and the College of St. Benilde ended in a brawl, with 2 players ending up in the hospital. Marty Bautista with the details.
Oh no, Amores wanting to go after a fan and punches being
Jose Rizal University's John Amores lost his cool at the NCAA Season 98 men's basketball tournament. Amores ran amok in the middle of the College of St. Benilde's blowout win over the JRU Heavy Bombers at the Philoy Flying V Arena on Tuesday. With just over 3.5 minutes left in the game, Amores and CJ Flores of Benilde jockeyed for position. Referees and JRU coaching staff separated the two. But in the middle of the stoppage, Amores engaged in a heated exchange with someone at the Blazers bench before charging. Jimboy Pasturan was hit before Amores punched another Blazer, Tane Davis, in the jaw.
punches being thrown here.
Amores was pulled by teammates towards the dugout after that. CSB head coach Charles Chu said Pasturan and Davis were brought to the hospital after the altercation.
Pasturan, he has a big black eye. We're taking him to the hospital. Hopefully it's not a fracture. And the other guy, Tane Davis, he has a bit of a concussion. I think he should be okay, but we're still taking him to the hospital for precautionary measures.
After what felt like an eternity, the NCAA decided to award CSB with a win, 71-51. This was not the first time that Amores was involved in a violent scuffle. Amores also punched Mark Belmonte of the UP Maroons in a preseason game last July. Nowhere to go but up Foundation founder Renan Dalisay said criminal cases without punishments for the involved parties. For News 5, Marty Bautista, We Are One News.
Let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. Meralco will be raising power rates this month on the back of higher generation costs. Residential customers consuming 200 kilowatts per hour can expect a 17 pesos increase in their power bills. Senate has started deliberating on the proposed 5.3 trillion peso national budget for 2023. The upper chamber is hoping to pass the spending plan on third and final reading by the end of the month. And President Bongbong Marcos is off to Cambodia this afternoon for the ASEAN Summit. The president will also be holding bilateral meetings with South Korean and Cambodian leaders on the sidelines of the event. For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream